Welcome back to 50 Shades of Blonde. And so we have Mr. Pow.
Pow! What is
I
this
love
on my
that.
head, ladies?
I think you look pretty darn good.
Yes, doesn't he look cute? So the really cool thing about having Danny Vegas on the show with us today is because he's Danny Vegas, first of all, but second of all, since it's Tiara Monday, we're going to be talking about branding. Nothing says branding like wearing a tiara on your head.
Well, you know, I'm sure the branding officer of the Danny Vegas brand is probably going to be calling me after the show and say, you know, your brand is supposed to, you know, signify who you are and what you are and your story and everything. And having that on your head probably isn't going to pass the test.
No, but this lets people know that you are one fun guy.
Definitely. Well, you know, you can't take yourself too serious. That's what I always say. So I'll for you ladies, I will wear it. In fact, I'll put it on right so that we can.
There we go. Oh, very nice.
Isn't he handsome?
So-
Very nice.
So very cool. So all right, we're on your show. This is a big show, and I gotta shut up because I'm not the host.
Oh, it's okay
heck no.
because we have a lot of questions for you. So,
Okay.
first of all,
Right.
let's start. Jill and I are so thankful to be associated with you and WCOBM. It's
Great.
Yes.
awesome. We are having so much fun.
Great,
And
thank
so,
you.
tell us a little bit about what's new going on at WCOBM and maybe the value that it brings
Right.
to a person's business.
Easy questions. Thank you for that softball. Basically, what's going on? It's new at WC. Well, first I'll do the first one.
Okay.
WCOBM is a live streaming entity. And I took it over in January of 2017, and I kind of got away from, you know, have your show so everybody can see you and you can look famous and all this stuff, because this is a new media situation. I said, we're going to make this what it really is, and it is a marketing platform to create content to distribute through a social media platform. That's pretty much what it is. And I recruited folks, and I kind of showed the door to the folks that were more into, look at me, I love myself, and brought in folks that were more trying to do things about marketing and branding and telling a story and a message. And what you do with this, because we all know that content and a pathway to distribute that content is king. Okay? So creating that content in a professional standard like we do here, and putting it out there on a social media, where the reason why people rob banks is because that's where the money is. People distribute on social media because that's where the people are. You do that to what? Expand your sphere of influence and become first of mind in your genre.
Exactly.
Right.
And one thing I always tell people, it's about content is king, but you have to be consistent with it. How many times have we seen in your business, someone goes to one networking event, they don't meet anybody, this sucks, I quit. Okay, what happens there? Nothing. You have to go continuously over and over and over to different networks. You have to meet people. You have to be first of mind. I can probably snap my fingers and say a genre, and we're all going to think the same person because we've seen that person at a networking event so many times. So that's why doing this, content is king. Video is king right now. We provide a professional platform. You come in, suit up, show up, create the content, and distribute it in a consistent manner. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
A little bit long, but not bad, huh?
I liked it.
No,
Yeah.
it was good. It was exactly everything that everybody needed to hear.
Yeah, just and that's what we do here. And I believe, you know, we're all proud of our brands, we're all proud of our platforms, but there's no doubt in my mind that we do a damn good job here, and we are still, after many years, we're still leading the way. My vision is to, it's so, people taking me seriously, right? It's so, my vision is, there are the main networks. You know, there's CBS, NBC, CW. These are all mainstream, traditional television type situations. My mission is to take WCOBM and go eyeball to eyeball with these guys. That we have the value, we have the distribution, we have the professional standard. Like I said, I'm not really worried about guys with cameras in their closets or whatever they're doing. My vision is when you're coming on this platform, you are at the level of the mainstream networks. That's my vision.
Well, I can't believe just in the short time we've only had our show for 8 months, and so
8 months already?
Yeah,
I know.
can you believe that?
Wow. Okay.
So, but in just that short time, so many things like you've added so much more value,
Exactly.
to the show. It's almost crazy what you charge. I'm just saying.
I know. Lord knows I wish I charged more, but at the same time, you gotta make a living, right?
Right.
And thank you for that. And one of the reasons why we do so well at WCOBM, because the mindset here, the guy that runs it's a marketing guy. I'm not a TV guy. I don't know how to run TV stations, but I do know how to market entities, and I do know how to promote brands, and I do know how to distribute that. Because if anybody knows the Danny Vegas philosophy of marketing, it's all about distribution of a message. That's all marketing is distributing. It's either on a billboard, it's in a magazine article, it's a bumper sticker on your car. It's all the same genre of moving a message to someone else's eyes. More buys.
That's
Remember
right.
that one.
And you keep saying, I have a license plate cover
remembering
with
that.
it. Yeah. Eyes, more buys.
It's pretty much it. That's why Coca-Cola gets blimps on Super Bowl Sunday, okay?
That's right.
That's why they do
Exactly.
stuff like that. That's why the more popular, more successful lawyers spend tens of thousands of dollars on billboards. I've done billboards, and I'm sitting there scratching my head. Are these things any good? But if I continuously were on those billboards
Yep.
year after year after
They'll
year,
remember
they
who-
would.
Yeah.
Too many people just like, I did a 2-week campaign on 3 or 4 electric billboards, and
That's not
we
gonna
took a
cut
picture
it.
and got more interest on Facebook than I did from the real thing. So it's a consistency.
Right.
So, and it's all about distribution of a message. That's all it is.
That's
Well, that's
right.
how you pretty much build your brand. I mean, I've heard about you long before I ever met you.
It's an interesting thing. Danny, I will give credit to where credit is due. If there was no social media, there would be no Danny Vegas. But it was those years upon years upon years of doing networking events every week at a different location. Now, my style was more of like going to a rock concert than it was really going to a networking event, but people loved them. And I'll be honest with you, after a number of years, I just burnt out of trying to drive 300 people into a room every week. So I fell in love with this, and this is where I'm at right now. So
I can understand that because, you can only, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but you can only be 25 for so long. And after, you cannot keep
Wait,
going
what?
out and having a great time every night of the week for
Right.
7, it's just, you just have to find other avenues. Let's put it that way.
It's interesting. You talk about branding. The Danny Vegas brand was out there on social media week after week after week after week after week. Now I'm doing this. We're still on social media. And you're right. People, maybe not so much anymore because I don't do a lot of events anymore, but there was days I'd go to an event and it would literally be this character, Danny Vegas, which is a character, okay? He's a character that promotes brands. It was almost kind of rock starish a little bit. Not so much anymore, but there was a time frame where everybody wanted to meet this character. And so whatever we did, and when the people who helped me, and it wasn't just me, did a good job by constantly
did.
having that brand out there over and over and over and over again. And some of the people that were part of that Danny Vegas platform in the beginning spun off and did their own networking
Right.
thing, which pretty much took the DNA with them. And it just kind of just kept going and going, even to this day.
Well, I remember when Jill first told me when we were talking about this, and she said, we're going to go and have a meeting with Danny. And I was leaving the house and I was telling my husband, oh my God, I'm going to a meeting and I finally get to meet Danny Vegas. My husband, who's not on social media ever, goes, Danny, who?
Well, that's how it usually starts. Who is this Danny guy? And people come to the events, and it was a great time, and it was a great period for a long time. Now the brand is more, we do the TV show, we promote, where the events used to be the center of my universe. Now it's WCOBM. That is the center of my universe. I still piggyback with Las Vegas Women's Magazine
I
and
was
promote
gonna
their
say,
events.
right.
But I was preparing for my annual business gala for January. Was starting to have a hard time finding a venue because you can't just put it in a small place. You have to find one that's
Right.
big enough for it. And I just couldn't find one. And I finally just said, gee whiz, no one's calling me asking me when the gala is. I bet if I didn't do it, no one would even care. So I just decided,
that's sad.
I just decided instead of stressing out trying to, market an event for 45 days so you can sit at a door and take pictures for 2 hours, why don't you just spend the time and energy on your network? And that's what I did. And you know what? No one out of thousands and thousands and thousands of people have come into those events, no one came up to me and said, when's the business gala?
Yeah.
What happened to it? No one.
Because they're moving on.
They're moving on.
That's what happens. They move on.
And I don't know how. I know we probably got a ton of questions, and I talk way too much. I think networking's changed in the last few years. I think what I used to do back in the old days of just, it's a cattle call, 300, 250 in the room, craziness. That's just the way I think that has had its day. And I think it's more of intimate, smaller groups, better relationships. And I think, many of the networking groups have gone in that direction over the last couple of years, having their weekly lunches and stuff like that. So, whether old Danny Vegas sticks another 300 in the room, we have a big concert again. It's a lot of fun, I can guarantee you that. I don't know, but right now my branding this brand of WCOBM is my main priority.
Well, you've done a fine job.
So, well, we're
You've
working on
worked
it.
really hard.
It's different. It's you're up against, everybody's competing for people's attention for 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and content is just everywhere now. Where when WCLBM started, we were kind of the only guys on the block. Now, oh my goodness gracious, it's kind of like you can go anywhere and get your phone and do something, which is great because I think that's a great tool. But if you want a professional standard like you ladies do, there's WCOBM, I think, at this still is a head and shoulder above everyone else. In my humble
I
opinion.
don't think there's anybody out there in town right now that offers what you have, especially for the price. The value you get for the price, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I think so too. So, I don't know if we got much into branding. Here's a good quote for branding. I didn't make it up, but someone said it. Your brand is what people say when you're not in the room.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's exactly what it is. I think it was the head of Apple or something said it. When you're not in the room and what people talk about you when you're not in the room, that's your brand.
That's true.
Wow.
So, what do you say about me, Danny?
You're great. No, I think this brand that's only been around for 8 months, it's starting to solidify. Obviously, the value's there, the branding's there. It's out there all the time. You guys do it right. You take your guests and you promote them before they get here. You do a great segment. You promote them after. You put the stuff out. That is the way it's done. A consistent pathway of a message. And that's value. And
That's
that's right. When you can create content in a professional standard and distribute it, you have power.
Well,
That's true.
and I love it because we're allowing, it's not just about us, it's about the people that we have on the show. And we love
Right.
having them here where they're able to share their story. We want to hear their story.
And you guys do a really good, like I said, I work with all kinds of hosts. Some, I'm like beating my head up against the wall, and some just get it, and they're just out there, and they understand what this platform is, and they fit the mindset that we do here. So, do a little pitch. If you want to join what's going on here, and I say if the women that were part of this organization were a networking group, they'd be the most powerful one in town. Because the women that are part of this platform is
Amen.
rocking.
Amen. Yes. Well, thank you. I agree.
So, let me get this straight. So, you're telling me that there's a chance that you might do another big Rockstar Gala event?
Oh, I don't know. They just suck the life right out of you. But you never know. Got some things in the wind as far as a brand that we're working on with a couple ladies, and we may start off with something small. We'll see. We'll see. Because they are fun. I just don't know, to be honest. I've been out of that for a while. would it be like starting over again, where Danny Vegas having an event? It'd be like, who? I've kind of heard of him, but he,
Oh, no.
So we'll see.
I don't agree with you there.
Okay.
Okay, so 50 Shades of Blonde people, you know what I'm going to say next. So if you want to participate in a Danny Vegas Rockstar event, you need to contact Danny Vegas.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Exactly.
Well, never say never. Never say never.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what happened when I got married. I said, I'm never getting married again. But
You said that too?
Surprise.
I did.
Yeah.
I
Well, I'm
did.
never going down that road again.
Oh,
I'm still on the road, but I'm never
you're
going down
still
it
on the
again.
road.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Brett,
Danny,
All right, we're out of
we
time.
appreciate you being here so
I
much.
love you guys. I
We
love
do.
you guys. I really
Me
do.
too.
Well, we really
Right.
appreciate
Well, let's
everything.
keep building our platform and making it better and better and distribute more content and make it more valuable.
Awesome.
All right.
Sounds
All right,
good.
everybody, stay tuned for our next segment coming up right in a few minutes.